What are some of the biggest mistakes you see people with resistance bands?
Uh, Mainly, well, number one, picking the wrong like percentage of tension, depending, everybody is different. Like, so that's the other thing. The mistake people make is the way they set them up. So every setup is different. You might have a monolift for one person. You might have a power rack for another person. So I'll have athletes ask me like, how much band should I use? And I'm like, well, what's the way you're setting them up? Like,
Yeah.
you're going to have to like take a second and figure out like whether it's like a luggage scale, or literally standing on a scale or setting up a scale. But I think a luggage scale is a pretty standard kind of easy way to figure that out, and figure out with your setup, how much tension is for each band and whether you're doing bench press or squat or deadlift. So picking the right band tension too. So figuring out how you're setting up your bands and what those tensions are, and then picking the right amount of tension. So sometimes I'll see people maybe doing like speed bench if they're like a 225 bencher and they're using doubled monster mini bands like for speed work. It's a bit much,
Yeah.
just because, for most power racks doing a doubled band, monster mini band is probably about 110 pounds of band tension. And so if we're trying to stay in the 25-ish%, a lot of times, whether it's dynamic or max effort, we try to stick around 25% accommodating resistance if it's just a regular training day and we're not talking about like Circa Max or strength speed or anything like that, around 25%. So getting those band tensions set and figured out depending on how you're setting them up, and then using the correct amount of band tension.